Hey guys, welcome back to another JC Tennis video. We got some more Novak Djokovic news. He's playing this week in Doha, so he's talking a lot about just some of the stuff going on in tennis recently. Him and John McEnroe are in a little bit of a feud. There's a little bit of beef between them, as there has been at times in the past. So, as a lot of you guys know, Djokovic in the semifinals of the Australian Open had to withdraw. He suffered an injury in the previous match, the quarterfinal against Alcaraz. McEnroe was commentating that match, and he said some things that provoked the Serbian star tennis player Novak Djokovic. I'm going to read some of what McEnroe said, and then I'm going to read some of what Djokovic said in response. So McEnroe said, "This isn't the first time we've seen this routine. Don't be fooled." That was, I think, in the second set when Djokovic's movement seemed to be hampered against Carlos Alcaraz. Djokovic, and then after he ended up withdrawing in the semifinal match against Zverev, he shared an image of an MRI scan confirming a hamstring tear in his left leg as he hit back at those who accused him of faking injury. Obviously, that's not a normal thing to do, posting your MRI scan to prove that you actually are injured, but a lot of the talk, especially from McEnroe, I guess, and others, kind of prompted Djokovic to speak out and prove that he did suffer a very serious injury. He captioned it, "Thought I'd leave this here for all the sports injury experts out there." Djokovic addressed his response to his injury doubters and seemed to refer to McEnroe as he called out legends without naming the American great. "Well, I was provoked by the fact that several times in a row, as long as I was in Australia, I was injured on the 21st and the 23rd. I can't say everyone, but I felt a fairly large group of people thought that it was not true and that my injuries were some kind of provocation on my part or to play strategic mental games with my opponents, and I would not have reacted if some legend of our sport had not reacted." I guess that is his reference to the great John McEnroe. I think that when some things remain on social media, that's fine, but when it escalates to the point where people have a dilemma and simply question my integrity and the credibility of what I said, especially when it comes from some people who are really legends of the sport and who have multi-million audience that listens to them when they broadcast the matches, then I felt like I need to react to show the recording from the MRI. That definitely is a reference to McEnroe, who gets to broadcast his opinions on ESPN for millions to listen to. It's classic Djokovic in the last few years to speak out and call it as he sees it. I don't think it's too crazy of a story. I think him and McEnroe's defended Djokovic heavily in the past. He called Djokovic the GOAT years before others were. He called him the GOAT before I think he was even leading the Grand Slam race. So McEnroe's defended Djokovic. He's not a Djokovic hater. I think he was just trying to point out something that maybe he thought was true, maybe something he's noticed. It was just an attempt at analysis that he was trying to convey to the audience, and Djokovic definitely did not appreciate it. So we'll see if anything else happens with these two in the future, if McEnroe ever fires back and speaks his mind. But yeah, that's all for this story, and I'll see you guys again soon.